Now ये तो it was a sugar coated chocolate. Now difficulties, right? Now difficulties. You will get 2 questions out of this one, most probably here and most probably in one of them, because they know the rules. Here in no change, no change, no change, no change. Right? Clear? हाँ, any questions? Yes? बोलिए. Any question? Of course, they will, they shall. मैंने बोला. See, will and shall. If first person is determined. Wait, let me answer. When I use I with shall, it is determination. When I use I with will, it is not determinant. If you are determined plural, will. If not, then shall. It depends upon the rest of the sentence. State of sentence must be understood first. For example, see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you please come here? Of all the 4 on the stage, check out. I'll answer your question, please. You will ask a question to all the 4 girls. Now listen carefully. This is very important. See what the sentence means. I'm sorry I'm giving you the trouble, but you please be here. Yeah. See. There are 4 people and she is the one in the family, head of the family. She asked the younger daughter, then the second daughter, the elder daughter and the eldest one. She comes, I'll dramatize. Choti, sabse choti. Give me a cup of tea. Choti, give me a cup of tea. Can you give me a cup of tea? Give me a cup of tea. Sentence same, modes are different. Now check out. A, B, C, D. We have a peon, maid, mother, elder sister, younger sister. Now see younger sister. Oh, come on, give me a cup of tea. Simple word to a maid. Give me a cup of tea. Tone changes. Mother, give me a cup of tea. Sentence is the same. But we need to understand the. So shall and will must be understood by the sentence. Hope I have answered your question. Right? Take your seat. Clear? For example, I say, shut the door. I say, shut the door. Shut the door. What is it? If I say, shut the door, it's an order. Shut the door. It may be request. So English is not so confined. It's a flexible language. Please allow it to grow. There are rules. When we will use the models, at that time you will ask me the question. I'll show you the rules, and there I think there are so many rules wherein you can give exemptions. Okay, now for the sake of examination, you have to be master in 2 things in passive voice. Number 1, when there will be 2 objectives, 2 object. Right. Second, when there will be no subject. For example, we have. Can I rub this? Sure. V3. Passive voice always V3. Passive voice always V3. Hi.
Subject plus B plus V3. Present simple, sir.
I told you last day there is an option. Hello, 1 second. ED is V3 form, but its perfect use had, has or have. Confusion पता क्या है? Confusion ये है, अगर हम ED लगाते हैं, wash, washed, washed. Wash, washed, washed. Second form भी ED, third form भी. But अगर आपको perfect to डालना है, इसमें क्या लगाना है? Has, have, had. तो मैंने क्या बोला? In all passive voices, we should use third form, not perfective. अब सुनिए, अब देख लीजिए बात. देखिए आपका V1 क्या है? Root form. Without S, without T, without D, without ing. V2 में क्या है? ED. लेकिन यहाँ पे दो ऑप्शन है वर्ब्स के, रेगुलर वर्ब्स एंड इरेगुलर वर्ब्स. रेगुलर वर्ब्स टेक ED, ये T लेते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल बर्न, बर्नट. जब ED के बगैर V2 बनता है ना, तो वो इरेगुलर वर्ब्स होते हैं. बट V3 इज ऑलवेज ED. अब यहाँ पे परफेक्ट टू बनाने के लिए क्या है? यू यूज हैज, हैव, हैड. तो हैज, हैव, हैड प्लस V3 gives the completion of action. Completion of action. While as V3 gives the sense of past tense. ठीक है, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, आपने अच्छा बोला. फॉर एग्जाम्पल ही वॉश्ड अ कार. मैंने हैज क्यों नहीं लिखा? क्योंकि completion of action वहां पे क्या है? he washed a car in the past. In the past he has washed a car. The action is completed. So we need to know completion of work, continuity of the work and unfinished work. That's why I say all present tense leads to future tense. अच्छा, कल का अगर आज का कल future है, kal it will be present. So this continues, the loop continues. But only if you have to go to the past, you need to go to ED form, backwards. Now, two difficult areas in passive voice is number one, subject verb with two objectives, object 1 and object 2. What is object 1 and what is object 2? Please read them. Indirect object and direct object. What is difference between the two? Indirect object refers to person. Direct. Now, if there's a sentence with two objects. Rule क्या है? Convert object into subject. For example, now what is the subject? Okay. Offered. Take. What is this? Indirect object. What is this? If there is a sentence with two objects, you have two options to convert it into passive voice. For example, in first case, I took this as object, I converted this. In the second, I took this as an object. So rule क्या है? Write down. When there are ditransitive verbs with two objects, that is direct object and indirect object. That is direct object and indirect object. Convert them accordingly. तो दो options बनते हैं उसके. You can take indirect object in the first case. You can take direct object in the second case. ठीक है? Both are right. Now, here it is a bit difficult. If there is verb and there is object and subject is missing, what will you do? If there is an object, verb and subject is, for example, universal dummy. Yeah, we use universal dummy. Shut the door. So let the door be shut. We use this let as a universal dummy. Write down. In sentences, where subject is missing, use let और ब्रैकेट में यूनिवर्सल डमी as subject. अच्छा, now see, write this sentence, write down. Sit down. How can you convert it into passive voice? You are requested to sit down. अब यहाँ पे देखना है, अब ये mode of sentence. Sit down is a request, or you are ordered to sit down. Both cases are right. Nobody is going to kill you because you have understood the sentence through severity. It depends upon how you will take the sentence. Right? Call in the doctor. You are advised to call in the doctor. So, 5 important things to be noted. One, active voice is to be changed into passive voice where there is object. One rule. Second, when there are 2 objects, we need to change either of the one in the subject. Third, when there is no subject, we use universal dummy. 4, present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous, future perfect continuous and future continuous. They are all in passive voice. They are unchanged. Clear? ठीक है? Simple. Okay, I'll come to your question. What is your good name? Azhar. Oh, my favorite player. Supposing there is a question. Comment on political scenario of Kashmir. Okay, ये तो हमें पता है. Okay, we'll do different. Comment on महजूर. नहीं, comment on महजूर. आपके पास इसमें 10 marks है. Descriptive question लिखना. You don't know anything. So do you think you are in a position in the examination that you will leave 5 marks or 10 marks? No. Can we reduce it to 5 marks? We can. I'll show you the technique wherein you can reduce that into 5 marks. Shall I? Sure. Okay. Have you read in your 12th class the term coder? Coder, C-O-D-E-R. 12th पढ़ा है ना आप लोगों ने? I doubt not. There was a question in 12th English. Use coder and kiss. Do you know? NCRT batch. Then you which? Chinar, of course. There's NCRT. Remember these 2 words. This is the key that unlocks your mind. For instance, this boy has to write an essay on Majur. You get up? I'll show the demonstration, live demonstration. Okay, let us work on the C first. C means collection of ideas. Okay, tell me all what you have learned or listened about Majur. Ji?
I do know about Majur.
You don't know about Majur. Okay, then have you heard about him?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. You have heard about Majur. Okay. What have you heard about him? Great. What have you heard where he lives? Kashmir, Bangladesh, particularly? Great. So you have so much of information. But you need to drain it out. So he has the opening paragraph done. Mahjur is a Kashmiri-based poet. The best definition of Mahjur. You have not learned it. Have you learned it? No. Okay, take your seat. Next sentence about Mahjur. Ji? Pulwama. Okay, great. Now you are giving accuracies. This is called accuracies. Correcting the data. Yeah.
He was Patwari by profession.
Great. He was Patwari by profession.
Born in 1859.
Great. 59. Google कब काम आएगा? Google कब काम आएगा? See what we have to do. When there is a question, write down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points, you know about them. So collection is done. Right? Now it's very important. Which sentence will be the first, second and the third? Give it an order. Then convert these sentences into small paragraphs or information drafting. And this is where you need lot of. यहाँ पे देखिए क्या होगा. When you start writing paper, believe me, as an evaluator, you start with E. Directly लिखते हैं edit के बगैर. Where this is editing. Punctuation mark, right? Punctuation, spelling, grammar, tense, passive voice, and then redraft. Draft. So, collection of ideas, give it an order, draft it, edit it, redraft it. You have a question in front of you, answer in front of you. But remember, you need to follow KISS. What is? Keep it short and simple. Keep your sentences short and simple. ठीक है? Because if you start making complex sentences, you are eligible to be hanged till death because there will be a lot of mistakes. So therefore, we need to keep the sentence short and simple. Right? Okay. After this, one important question to all of you. You will make a list, a chart of the box that I have shown you today. Right? Clearly with example, and whenever you have to write correct tenses, correct voice, right? Please refer to that chart. This is a key. This chart is a key. Nothing is beyond that chart. You can use that chart. I will prefer you, wherever you sit, you make a chart and fix it every day and make every day a sentence so that you can make a good drill of it. Clear? Second, somebody asked a question to me, sir, is there any rule for using synonyms and antonyms? Believe me, after going almost 20 grammars, there is no such rule. I have myself learned almost 500 synonyms, and that you have to learn by heart. There is no rule. Synonyms, antonyms, there is no rule. And you know the beauty of language, every time the English language is becoming so flexible that the words from other languages are incorporated in it. For instance, the word was chutney, yaad rakho chutney, it was jalebi, it was samosa. They were Hindi words. The infiltration is as such, the capacity of English is as such, it absorbs so many words, so they are now English versions of it. No. See, as an academician, I'll tell you, it's not jugaad, it is the flexibility of the language. If you cannot adjust words of other language in your Kashmiri, it will die one day. Now tell me, we are 40 people here. When we speak in our Kashmiri, do you think we use pure English? It's an amalgamation. That's why it is existing. It is existing. The day we start the typical, conventional, grammatically correct Kashmiri, nobody is going to speak. Right? So the question is, when you talk of synonyms and antonyms, you need to go the nearest meaning. Nearest meaning. And nobody can with guarantee say this is not synonym or this is not antonym unless and until you know the word etymology. By the way, have you ever frisked dictionary? डिक्शनरी क्यों यूज़ करते हैं? Meaning, not at all. You need to open the dictionary to know the etymology of the word, to know the origin of the word, and then whether it is a noun or it is verb or adjective. Right? Adjective. Yeah. Can you repeat the word? Adjective. Yeah. What is the difference between noun and verb? What is a noun and verb? Oh yes, noun is is a subject. It is subject and object as well. देखिए कैसे याद करेंगे. Noun is a subject and it is object. Verb has forms, right? And what is adjective? Quality or quantity. Quality or quantity. What is adverb? That adds meaning to the verb. That adds meaning to the verb. And there is one more word called a gerund. Have you heard about it? Gerund is a blend of verb and noun. For example, I am sorry for those who are practicing it. Smoking. ING makes it verb. Smoke is noun. When you add noun plus verb, it becomes gerund. What is gerund? Verbal noun. This is verbal noun. तो noun क्या होगा? Subject to be, object to be, right? Okay. Now the drill. Convert these sentences into passive voice. 3 sentences बोलूँगा उसके बाद बस. Convert these sentences into passive voice. Number 1. I have been teaching you for 2 hours. I have been teaching you for 2 hours. Teaching. Answer. Answer. No passive. No passive. No passive. Right? No passive. Okay. Make two active sentences and convert them into passive of your own choice from the box. Take any construction, use active, convert it to passive. Choice is yours. Done. So we have covered tenses and voice. Now 3 important chapters. Now one is article, one is preposition, and one is jumbling word arrangement. Tomorrow we will do articles. Draft. Draft. For example, he gave 5 sentences. They are haphazard. Shh. 1 second. Second, you give them the order. What is first, second, third? Then you will draft them in the line. These are bullets. You will make the sentences. That's called a drafting. And then you will edit them because you are joining the sentences. And then finally you will redraft. ठीक है? चलिए. Thank you so much.